Imagine this. You have just survived the worst moment of your life. You had to use force to defend yourself. Your heart is pounding out your chest. You are safe, but you are not free. Because right now, a stopwatch has started. And if you do not win the race to call 911, you might be going to jail. Hi, I'm attorney Marc Lopez. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly what to say to the 911 operator and the police when you've had to use self-defense to make sure that you go home instead of a jail cell. First, let's talk about the race to 911. This is the single biggest mistake people make. They think, hey, I'm the good guy. I'll just wait for the police to figure it out. No, the system does not work like that. Dispatchers and police officers operate on a simple rule of thumb. Whoever calls 911 first is the victim, and whoever gets called on is the suspect. And some of y'all might be thinking, that's not fair, Mark. That's not right. Listen, the simplest solutions are the easiest. That's human nature. We don't seek out additional work if we don't have to. Just keep that in mind. You want to call 911 first. If the bad guy's friend calls 911 while you're hyperventilating in the corner, the police are arriving with the mindset that you are the shooter and that they are the victims. You start the encounter with a gun pointed at you. You must call 911 first. But here's the trap. You are calling to report a crime, not to confess to one. You need to set the narrative in 3 sentences or less. Write this down. I was attacked. That establishes that you are the victim. I was in fear for my life. That establishes legal justification for self-defense. And number 3, send an ambulance and the police. That shows that you are doing the right thing afterwards and also helps establish that you are the victim and not the suspect. Now, did you notice what I didn't say? I didn't say, I shot him. I didn't say, I used my Glock 19. I didn't say, how many times I fired. I didn't say, I thought he had something in his hand. I didn't say, I think he was going to attack me. I didn't say, I didn't mean to. Some of those phrases I didn't say, well, if you say them, they're guaranteed to result with you in handcuffs and viewed as a suspect. All you need to say is, I was attacked, I was in fear for my life, and I need help. Look at the 3 sentences earlier. That's it. No details, no guesses, no timelines, no emotion-driven rambling. Remember, the purpose of that call is to get police to come. It is not the time to prove your case. Now, some of you all might be thinking, Mark, what can't I just explain what happened? I'm innocent. The truth will set me free. Here's why, and this is critical. When you are in a life or death situation, your body dumps cortisol and adrenaline into your blood. Your forebrain, the part that forms sentences, remembers timeline, remembers details, does math. Well, it stops working correctly because in life or death circumstances, those things aren't too important. You become temporarily stupid. It's not your fault. It's biology. It's part of our flight or fight response. If you stay on the phone and start babbling to the dispatcher, you will get details wrong. You'll say, I shot twice, when the evidence says you shot 3 times. You aren't lying, you're stressed. But the prosecutor, I know those guys. They won't call it stress. They'll call it an inconsistent statement. They'll call it a lie. And they will use your own 911 call to destroy your credibility in front of a jury. I have seen it happen multiple times. So, give the location, give the description of the attacker, say that you were attacked, say that you were in fear, then stop talking. Don't say anything else. You're not that slick. You might think you're a great talker. Times like this, stop. The more you explain on a 911 call, the more likely you are going to be arrested. Silence does not make you look guilty. It keeps you alive in the justice system. So, the police are 60 seconds away. What do you do? If you are holding a gun when they roll up, you are a threat. Holster that firearm or put it on the ground. Step away from it and keep your hands visible. When they approach you, they're going to be aggressive. They might cuff you. That's normal. Don't be mad at them. Don't fight it. This is the moment where you cement your status as a victim. You look the officer in the eye and you say this specific phrase. Officer, I am the victim. I called 911. Number 2, you point to the attacker and say, that man attacked me. 3, if there is evidence, you point it out. His weapon is over there. You don't touch their weapon. 4, point to any people that might be witnesses. Those people saw what happened. You must do your best to identify witnesses for the police. That will help you. Even if they don't show up to court, keep pointing out witnesses. We wanted people to come. The officers didn't do their job. Point out witnesses if they're available. And 5, I was in fear for my life. I had to defend myself. These 5 statements are powerful. It forces the police to view you as the complaining witness and as the criminal suspect. You are shifting the investigation onto the other guy. Now, there are a few things you must not say to the police. The most dangerous person a thing can say after a self-defense incident is one of these. I think he came at me. I believe he had a weapon. I assumed he was going to attack. Why is this so deadly? Because prosecutors love uncertainty. Once you use speculative phrases, they no longer have to prove you were wrong. They just have to prove that you might not have been right. So you're never going to say, I think, to the police. If you say, I think, you're telling police and the prosecutors that you were unsure. And unsure people don't win self-defense cases. I'm telling you right now. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road. The officer will say, okay, calm down. I understand what's going on here. Just tell me exactly what went down so I can clear this up and you can go home. Officer at the scene likely will act like your buddy. And he may even say things such as, hey man, if I was in your shoes, I'd have done the same thing. I've seen it on body cams. Officers tell people that. Do not fall for it. You are still high on adrenaline. You're still physically incapable of giving an accurate statement. You need to say the magic words that I hope every single client says when they hire me for a self-defense case. Officer, I want to cooperate, but I am too shaken up right now. I will not answer any questions without my attorney present. Those are magic words right there. Those are 2 magic sentences. And after you say that, you shut up. You plead the 5th. It doesn't matter if they put you in the back of a car. It doesn't matter if they say that makes you look guilty. You cannot talk your way out of a jail cell, but you can definitely talk your way in. I've seen that too. To recap, here is your game plan. Call first. Be the victim, not the suspect in the eyes of law enforcement. Number 2, be brief. I was in fear for my life. I had to defend myself. Please send help. Number 3, shut up. Your brain is broken by stress. Do not give details in that 911 call. Do not give details when the officer comes to the scene other than emphasizing you are the victim. Number 4, lawyer up. I want to cooperate, but I need my attorney before I answer questions. I have helped so many people with self-defense cases. We've won cases on self-defense so many times. It drives me nuts and it's tragic when I feel people who have used self-defense get prosecuted by law enforcement because they tried to be helpful in the 911 call. They tried to be helpful with the responding officers, and all they've done is dug themselves deep into a hole where their attorney hopefully can dig them out. And I've seen it end terribly when the person tries to give too much information. Do what I have said in this video and then hire the best attorney you can for a self-defense case. That is going to be the best thing you can do if you've had to use self-defense. Now, if you have watched this video for this long, you must like me a little bit. I'm asking you for a huge favor. Like this video, subscribe, and then leave a comment about self-defense. Maybe you have a question about self-defense. Maybe you have a story where you had to use self-defense. Nobody had to use self-defense. That sounds horrible. But if you did, I want to know the detail. If you truly do not know what to write in the comments, put on there, hey Mark, good job. Or you can say, hey Mark, I don't like you. That's fine too. I read every single comment. I try to respond for like 20 minutes every morning to comments. Sometimes I laugh really hard. Sometimes, most people are really nice about the comments and I appreciate it. But if you are facing charges in the great state of Indiana, give me a call, 317-632-3642. I would love to talk to you about your options. But most importantly, remember to always plead the 5th.